Hello, and welcome to a little video about Target 6D. Alright, number 1. The average attendance at a local elementary school this year has been 1,500 students. Each year, the attendance increases at a rate of 0.08% per year. What will the average attendance be in 5 years? We got all information. Let's write it down and plop it into our calculators. Now, increases means 1 plus in our formula, so we got to make sure to do that. Also, don't forget to convert 0.8% into decimal form. Even though 0.8 is a decimal, it still has a percent symbol. We still need to divide 0.8 by 100, and we get 0.008. And then we're going to raise it to the power of 5. When I input this into my calculator, I got 1,560.96. Now, there's no such thing as 0.96 of an elementary student. Okay, maybe there is, but that's super morbid. We're not cutting people up. 0.96 is enough for me to round it up to 1,561 students. Number 2. The population of endangered birds is decreasing, important, at a rate of 0.75% per year. Again, it's a percent even though it's written as a decimal. There are currently about 200,000 of these birds. How many will there be in 100 years? Let's write it down. So we got 200,000. 1 minus, since it's decreasing. And 0.75% as a decimal is 0.0075. And then, of course, we give it a power of 100 because we're calculating 100 years. These are living creatures again, so we're going to have to round to the nearest whole. So what I get here is 94,206.6 birds, which I'll round to 94,207 birds. Okay. Number 3. The graph represents the exponential function that models the relationship between temperature of cooling a beverage and time in minutes. This is Newton's law of thermodynamics, I think. Anyways, at about how many minutes after the beverage started cooling will its temperature be half? Well, it looks like we're starting at 160. To get half of 160, we divide by 2, so that's 80. Now, I want to see, where does 80 hit my graph? So I'm just making dashed lines until I hit it. There we go. That is not an exact point. It's in between. It's in between 12 and 13. I don't know exactly how many, so I'm not guessing a decimal. I'm not going to say 12.5, 12.3, or whatever. I'm just going to say between 12 and 13 minutes. Let's do the same thing here. The city of Hazleton has a population of 20,000 in 2005. The population increased by 4% each year. The graph shows the relationship. Use the graph to estimate when the population of Hazleton will double. All right, well, let's double 20,000 first. In order to double 20,000, we multiply by 2, so we're looking for 40,000. Here's 40,000. Once again, it's in between. Now, it falls in between 17 and 18, but that's not a year. These are years since 2005. So we need to do 2005 plus 17 to get the first year, and 2005 plus 18 to get the second. So this means our population will double in between 2022 and 2023. This next part is done pretty much strictly in your calculator. So if you have your calculator, or maybe you open it on your computer, I can't switch screens. I don't know how to do that on this. So we're just going to follow the instructions. Now, what we have for number 5 here for our last problem is that Caroline loves drinking green tea. One morning, after making herself a cup of hot tea, she sat in her kitchen to enjoy it. Here's the table of temperatures of Caroline's cup over time. Let's find the exponential regression. So, the way we do it is we go into our calculator, we go to the home page, add new document. If it says that it wants you to save a document, say no. Then this second window should appear. We click 4 for lists and spreadsheets, and the table in number 3 pops up. Do you see how all the way up here next to A it says years? You're going to input the word time or minutes up there. And all the way up here where it says value for B, you're going to put in temperature for degrees. Then you're going to input every single number from the table you have here into the one on your calculator. You want to make sure that after you put your information in, your blue box is underneath it. The calculator is finicky. If you are selecting one of the numbers that you have in your table, it won't do its thing. Once you have everything put in and the blue box is underneath, you're going to click Menu, Statistics, Stat Calculations, and then A for Exponential Regression. You're going to have to use your little mouse to go over here in the drop-down menu to get your time and your temp. When you click Enter, you get this table. You'll get an A and you'll get a B. And we're going to use those two numbers to write a function. Now, after putting this all into my calculator, what I got for A is 180.911, and for B, the calculator gave me 0.983764, and then I gave it a power of X. What I'd like to do with this function is find out how hot will the tea be after 30 minutes. So, I'm going to type this into my calculator with a 30 up where the X was. And what I got is 110.7 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay. If you have any questions, please make sure to ask myself or whoever you're working with. Otherwise, have a wonderful rest of whatever day it is for you. Bye!